Hi everyone, this is Group 4 presentation by Gospel Okoye and Cherry Wilkerson, Statistical Significance and Clinical Significance. Research is pivotal in generating innovative best practices for positive patient outcomes, and the effect size is a crucial component of that research process. Additionally, the p-value is used to build a statistical inference based on the distribution of the design assumptions and to test the hypothesis regarding the effect size with its result. The p-value is often used in research to show the probability of the chance findings of a study. Moreover, the p-value can reveal the study's success, but cannot give the degree to how much the effect size may have determined the result. Therefore, the p-value gives statistical significance, but cannot show clinical effectiveness. Statistical significance and clinical significance are used in a research report's results to reveal if a study is statistically significant by using a statistical test that can calculate the probability of an outcome by giving a p-value. This p-value is compared to the alpha level. Furthermore, the researchers can reject the null hypothesis if the p-value result is lesser than the alpha level. In contrast, if the p-value exceeds the alpha level, the researcher will accept the null hypothesis. Statistical significant results in a research study shows the rigor and the unlikelihood for researchers to conclude the results were merely accomplished by chance. Bear and Nicole noted that the study's significance doesn't mean it will be helpful or effective in clinical practice. For example, statistical significance can be used to treat high blood pressure by use of antihypertensives. This medication can prove effective to treat high blood pressure in a white male, but will that same medication be useful in lowering the blood pressure in a black male? More likely, the black man will need to take a different antihypertensive classification for its effectiveness. Clinical significance is determined by one's ability to use clinical experience to review and interpret the study results. Moreover, researchers rely on patient outcomes to assess the clinical significance. Stakeholders such as nurses, physicians, and nurse practitioners can contribute to clinical significance by selecting if research results can offer positive patient outcomes and be cost-effective. Implementing a study may not be helpful if the costs outweighs the benefits for the patient. Lynch et al. Posits that sample size can affect the p-value of a research study. For example, a large sample size may result in minor differences and report them as statistically significant. Furthermore, the sample size may be large and statistically significant. However, it may not add value to the study results, yet it finds its way to publication. Contrarily, studies with small sample sizes sometimes have an immense p-value, but may not meet the standard of clinical significance. This can occur by depending on p-values for statistical significance, which can cause the researchers to determine that the study won't be practical. Although the study may not prove statistical significance, it can be a mistake not to use the results if appropriate for innovative healthcare practice. Clinical significance is more subjective than statistical significance. This is because many facets are necessary to meet the standard of clinical significance. Researchers must observe the sample size, endpoint, safety profile, cost of treatment, patient quality of life, demographics of patients who will benefit from the therapy, and patient adherence to the treatment regimen. Dahlberg conducted a study of thoracic malignancies and pointed out oncology treatment and pointed out oncology treatment has been the same for the past 15 years and has since evolved with better targeted treatments and positive outcomes of immunotherapy with patients who have lung malignancies. Researchers find this important because they can use the results of a research study to review the efficacy assessments to determine if the change practice is positive, or the evaluation of how many occurrences of adverse effects, cost, accessibility, and the patient benefits. Thus, it's highly expected to become the treatment of choice for patients who otherwise may not have hope. Examples of statistical and clinical significance. Statistical significance and clinical significance are related, but they are not the same. Example 1. A research is conducted on a group of 2,000 adults between the ages of 21 to 35 years old, all of whom suffer from persistent fatigue. The participants were randomly divided into two groups, the intervention group and the control group, with 1,000 participants in each group. The intervention group were given the new drug, Energy Liner, while the control group were given a dummy, placebo pill. They took the pills twice daily for 3 months, and neither the researcher nor the participants involved in the experiment knew who were taking the Energy Liner or the placebo. This is a double-blinded research study. A rated fatigue scale of 1 to 20 was used to measure the participants' level of tiredness, with 1 meaning that the participant felt completely well rested, and 20 meaning the participant felt entirely fatigued. The results showed that 90% of the participants that took the Energy Liner improved by 2 points on the scale, while 80% of the placebo group improved by 1 point. The experiment showed a statistically significant result with p less than 0.05, meaning that at the end of 3 weeks, participants in the intervention group were significantly less tired than those in the control group. In this experiment, Energy Liner have a slightly higher probability of achieving 1 point less on tiredness scale compared with taking nothing. Therefore, not clinically significant, as it may not be worth the cost of the pill. So, although the results may be clinically significant, they may not be clinically important. Although the results may be statistically significant, they may not be clinically important. Example 2. Another example was given by Baer and Nicole, which posits a scientist designed a study to evaluate a weight loss intervention. The subjects in the intervention group lost 20 pounds, while the subjects in the non-intervention group lost 15 pounds. The difference of 5 pounds weight loss between these two groups will not be statistically significant. However, the intervention will be clinically significant for the subjects in the control group if they report an improved sense of well-being and quality of life. Utilization of the differences in literature review. The differences will help me not to judge researchers based on their statistical findings only. Also, the p-value represents the probability that the difference between the groups is not by chance. Thus, it measures the strength of evidence against the null hypothesis. Clinicians and researchers also should give importance to both statistical and clinical significance, since statistical significance results don't necessarily mean that the results are clinically relevant and lead to improvement in the quality of in the life of individuals. Many outcomes can be statistically significant but not clinically relevant in a clinical point of view. Researchers should also take into account the design, sample size, effect of study, bias incorporated, and reproducibility of the study while analyzing the study results. References.